I have a great scrappy block for you today, and it makes up a wonderful quilt. Now, the one that I made for this video, I made from my grandmother's quilt. I had some scraps left over from a bunch of other projects that I made. I really wanted to repurpose this quilt because some of it did get destroyed, some of it had stains. I wanted to make sure that all the pieces that I could salvage were salvaged. My cousin is having a baby, and I decided to take parts of Grandma's quilt and make it into a baby quilt for her little girl. But before I show you how to make it, my name is Chris O'Neill from Sew the Distance. Thank you, as always, for joining me. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this block two different ways. One, using an old quilt, and it can be any pieces of an old quilt. Mine happen to be 4 patches, but it can be anything. And the other way is to use any scraps that you have around. So I'm going to put some timestamps into this video. You can go to the description and see them. I think they're even up on your screen now if you don't want to see one or the other. So let's get started. This is the quilt and the quilt block that I chose to make. So this middle block here, these blocks, are all from the old quilt. And then I took modern fabric or fabric from now and I put around the edges, and then I sashed it with a new fabric that I bought, this blue. I thought the blue really went well with the quilt. And then I used cornerstones from the original old quilt. And I did a few special things here that I wanted to point out, which of course I'll show you in the block. You can see how I floated these blocks so this point doesn't go right up to the sashing. And I did that on purpose because these blocks are from scraps and some of them are from clothing, I believe. They're very stretchy and the bias is wonky, and as much as I try to keep them nice and straight, I did have a little bit of a problem with that. So floating this made my life a little bit easier. I didn't have to worry about making sure these points came here. It also didn't look like I made a mistake. It looks like I did it on purpose, which I in fact did. It's a great way, especially if you're a beginner, to make a scrap quilt because you don't have to worry about all that, and you'll feel successful with it. So let me just turn this over real quick. I want to show you why I decided to do it this way. So you can see there is hand stitching. This quilt, original quilt, was done completely by hand, and it was my grandmother's hand. She's no longer with us. I wanted to make sure I kept that. So that's the reason I didn't take apart all of the pieces and then just make 4 patches too. I also love that my grandmother pieced pieces together. Let me show you the back of that one. You can see it here, and that also is done by hand. So when she didn't have a piece that was big enough, she pieced a piece in, and I wanted to keep that too. And there's a few places on this quilt that it's done like this. Also, I kept the darks as much as possible going the same direction just to add to the cohesiveness of this. So let me show you how I made these blocks. All right, here's a scrap from the quilt. So I took the quilt apart, tried to pick blocks that were in really good shape, and it was tricky. In fact, there's not many left that I could use, but I am going to do my best to show you in this tutorial with a decent block. All right, so here is one that doesn't have a lot of staining, or doesn't have any staining actually. So once I picked a block to use, I took a 5-inch ruler, 5x5, and I lined it up as best as I could so that the centers, the 2.5 and 2.5, were centered on this, and I cut around it. Now, I didn't have to be perfect. In fact, these blocks aren't perfect because I am working with an old quilt. What I did was then hold it and cut around this. So I got a 5-inch square, and there it is. So now I'm going to add triangles to the sides, and I'm going to show you how I do that. This is 5-inch by 5-inch, like I said, so I'm going to cut 5-inch squares of pink fabric to put around this. So here's some pink fabric I'm going to use. And what I did in the quilt that I made for my cousin is I used just scraps of pink fabrics that I had, folded it over, and again I'm going to cut 2 5-inch by 5-inch squares. Just like that. So I have 2 now. And then I'm going to cut them on the diagonal. So I'll just stack them up like this. And I'll line them up on a line on my mat. This doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to be cutting them down. Take a ruler, lay it on that line. So I have the points on the line. Then I'm laying my ruler on the line, and I'm just cutting that. Okay, just like that. So now I have 4 triangles that are ready to go. So next I'm going to take my 4 patch that I cut from the quilt and my 4 triangles. I'm going to sew 2 triangles on the sides here. And to line them up, I'm just going to put that point on the center line. Now one trick so it doesn't get stuck in your feed dogs is to just cut that tip off. That'll make your life a little easier. Don't go too far in, but just a little bit so you can get the feed dogs to go through right. I will sew along here and sew along here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so these are sewn on either side, and this is a very stretchy one, so you can see. So I used my walking foot to stabilize everything, and this is also a bias, so you have to be really careful. Next, I'm going to set my seams. After I set my seams, I'm going to very carefully push them back like this and like this, and press again. And I'm going to press towards the pink. Now the next step you don't have to do. I like doing it. I'm going to even these edges up with the side of the block. And all I'm going to do is take my 5-inch ruler, 5-inch wide, line it up, hold it, and cut those ends off. Okay, here we go. So the 2 sides are on. Next, I'm going to take the 2 other pieces and I'm going to sew them same way. I'm going to line up my point right on that line, the center, and I'm going to put a pin or 2 in that. Hold it. Just to line that up. Then I'm going to do the same over here. I'll lift that up so I can place this, line up on that line, and pin it. Now I can take the points off if I want to, but they should go through okay. So I'm going to sew here. I'm going to sew here using a 1/4 inch seam allowance and using my walking foot. Okay, so they're sewn. I'm going to do the exact same thing where I set my seams. With my hands, I'm going to ever so carefully push that back and this back and press. Now that we have all of the triangles on, we have a unit that looks like this, and it's all coming together so nicely. So I'm going to cut this down to 7.5 by 7.5. And I want to make sure, or try my best to get these points lined up so it's the middle of the block on all of these. So 7.5 divided by 2 would be 3 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to put the points right there on the 3 3/4. So I'm going 1, 2, 3 3/4, and then I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to put this point on the 3/4. Now it's, if I can get it, it's not critical that it's exact because again we have those floating points, so it's not going to be a huge deal, but you kind of want to have it a little bit centered so it looks nice on the finished quilt. And that looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to take my rotary cutter and I'm going to cut this edge, and then I'll rotate the square and I'll do the other 2 sides. I'm taking my top right, grabbing it and putting it to my bottom left. I'm going to now line up the 7.5 by 7.5, and you probably have seen me do this before on other blocks. It's a nice way to do it, to get it all lined up. You know, yeah, I just have enough room on this side, but this side I'm good on. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, and there you have it. A 7.5 by 7.5 inch unfinished block. So when you put the sashing on, you'll have a 7 by 7 inch block. I'm going to show you now how to do it with modern fabric, or not from an old quilt, something that I have in scraps. And this is a great scrap buster for this. And if you want something the exact size as the one I made for my cousin, like this, you'll need 1 dark fabric that measures 2 3/4 by 5.5 inches, 1 light fabric that measures the same, And I'll put all these in the description below. And you'll also need 2 5-inch squares that are cut on the diagonal. So you're going to take the 2 squares and cut them in half just like we did before. And I actually have some done, so I have my 4 triangles from 2 squares. So I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to make my 4 patch. And the way I'm going to do that is by putting the right sides together. So I have the dark and the light right sides together, line it up, and I'm going to sew right down here using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So right on that edge. I sewed this, you can see the seam, and I'm going to set that seam by just putting my iron on it to set it. I'm going to turn this over so the dark side is up, and I'm going to press it just with my fingers first to open that up. Press that real good. And now what I'm going to do is cut this into 2 units that are each 2 3/4 by 5. I have a 3-inch ruler here, so I'm just going to line this up. And I'm going to make sure that the center line is straight too. So I'm not going by these lines on my mat, I'm going by my ruler. Hold it nice and tight and cut it. And all I have to do is turn one and I have my 4 patch. So I'm going to sew these together. They're going to nest nicely and sew right down this side so I get a 4 patch. So you can see it all lines up. It's nice and even and wonderful. Next, I'm going to do exactly what I did with my grandmother's quilt. I'm going to take my triangles, line them up just like before with the point on that line. I'm going to sew this side and then the other side. I'll pin it just so you can see both. Again, I'm floating those points so I don't have to be exact. It's a great beginner's project because you don't have to worry about that. And I am going to clip just like before. I'm going to sew down each side and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, I have these sewn. I'm going to press them. Remember, I'm being very careful because that is the bias edge there. I'm going to open them with my finger gently and press them. I'm now going to just even up those sides just like before. I'm going to take my other 2 triangles, do the exact same thing. I'm lining up that point on that line. All right, I'm going to sew these 2 using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, and here's your block. And you're going to finish it the exact same way. You're going to line it up and trim it down. Okay, so there's your block. There are so many great variations to this block. I mean, you can make them really big like I did with this one. You can see, I'll get the fuzzies off of it. You can see it's nice and big. You can do, you know, completely scrappy. You could make it a medium size like this that I made for the fall, or like this. You can do all kinds of things. I even made a little mini one. I'm not sure I like the color combination. Probably would change that, but isn't he cute? He's so small. The thing you want to remember is whatever size this middle 4 patch is the size of the piece you're going to cut for the corners. Just keep that in mind, but it's nice because you don't have to worry about getting those points right on. Now there are many ways to make a square and a square block, but this is one of my favorites. I love that the points float and I don't have to even worry about them. Perfect for a beginner. If you found this video useful, please give me that thumbs up and I will see you soon with more videos, more scrappy videos, more all kinds of videos in the future. Have a great day. Make sure you take some time to sew, and I will see you soon. Bye.